What is up?
Nothing much.
Nothing much. You time to get knowledge
Yeah.
again? Again? What did we do last
One
time?
more
Did we do
time.
did we do
We did a Pathfinder last time.
right. Not too didn't turn out too great or
No, I just the burst and the deluge,
Mm-hmm.
the input lag between that just really pissed me off. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
decided to go with a little bit more of a mobile class this time.
I see. Yeah, you do have that going for you for like a long time if you play Pathfinder, so
Yeah,
if you don't like it then you're pretty
yeah. I just didn't really love the class that much.
okay. I see. Alright. So most of the basic stuff must be super clear, right?
Yeah, like flames and everything.
Yep.
I guess, at what point or what I should be spending my money on right now, I guess, is the biggest question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How much is that?
Right now I have like 3 bill, and I can make like 1 to 2 bill a day.
You
So I got
doing
my Kana set up in Lac right now.
okay, cool. And you're doing the other
Yeah,
usual.
Maple Tour and Ursus and stuff too.
Is your Pathfinder able to make at least some money back with some bosses and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, you can do like NSIG right now,
Okay.
but the Shadow actually just took down 3 doors a couple times,
Oh,
so
cool,
it's
cool.
actually a bit stronger now.
Nice. 221. Yeah. So that's feeling solid now.
Pretty solid, yeah. It's definitely stronger than my Pathfinder was.
Okay. Oh, you got some Absolab stuff already. I see. Okay. So let's see. Just a refresh for my brain. So we're 221. Shadower. You're doing one PC with a farming Kana.
Yeah, I have a couple of PCs right now, but I still have to Terra burn for the second PC Kana, but I don't know if it's like worth anymore.
Um. Yeah, it's kind of tricky. I mean, what's your Legion at right now?
It's only at 2K.
2K. So there's still plenty of Legion work to be done, right?
Yeah.
Um. I mean, I think it kind of is like on a second computer if you have one available. I think is always worth, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean the Terra burning event and Kana being Kana shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, that should be that should be real fast. Yeah. I mean, the only downside will be that you either have to like drag it through the dailies in the beginning, but yeah, with all the extra nodes and the skill nodes and the boost nodes you get, you should be able to build a pretty solid foundation of skills as well.
Right.
And you already know how all of that works because of your main Kana, of course. So
Yep.
you can even mega burn like I don't know, maybe like a Mercedes or something with the extra coupon.
Oh, right.
Get some
It
extra
comes out
EXP.
in July, right? The
Yeah, with the next update, we'll be able to use it. So the 22nd.
Gotcha.
Yep. Um. Yeah. How are things with What are the main memes with Shadower? Critical rate is like a weird thing, right? Because you can stack a bunch of it.
Yeah, I'm actually at 100% crit rate with the SE,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not a problem really.
Is it ever? Is it like a main thing that you want to be at 100% without those stacks? Cause what I remember is
Uh,
you make like a macro and then you throw that skill in behind B step or something.
yeah, I just cast it manually, especially when I'm bossing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like once every 2 minutes or something.
Oh, okay.
So it's not terrible.
You stack it in the beginning and then afterwards you just
Yep.
yeah.
So I'll find like a little map and just stack up. Plus, I need the body counts. And I use that one skill that gives me attack damage
Yeah.
based on body counts.
Yeah, there's a
So,
bunch of stacking going on, right?
yeah,
With
definitely
Shadow.
need stacks before bosses.
Yep. I remember Nikki always yelling for wanting to stack first. Okay, let's see. So we're mainly gonna be focusing on the gear then.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of progression on the other memer. Yeah, okay. And what's the IED situation with Shadower?
I think it's pretty decent. I have one ID line, but with familiars around the corner. I don't really know if I want to roll my WSC or like Star Force or just get everything to legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of what I should be doing right now, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. That's a pretty nice chaos ring.
Yeah, second roll I got +5/+5.
Second roll. Damn.
Second roll, yeah.
Chad, are you jealous right now? Leave a comment in the YouTube video if you're jealous, guys. That's pretty good. Pot. Yeah, you can roll until December 4th. Well, that's not necessary. Do not look here. Oh, I see you. When you took the screenshot, at least you have the bug with the synergy ring where the other ones are not registering.
I have all of them, but
Yeah, I have to go back and re-equip them. I think that's like the 4th, 5th time that's happened so far. It seems to be a recurrent thing.
Yeah, I did unequip them a few times, but it just keeps coming back, so I just decided to wait until the patch.
I see. Let's see. Okay, kind of treasure with 18. Got the 3 set. So my little bit. Yeah, some free stat right there. Okay. Okay. Get in fragment. Okay. Have you tried hard Gollux? That's probably a little bit too much, right?
I mean, I should be able to down it with my current stats. It actually goes by pretty fast.
Okay.
It's just mechanically. I've only done it like 1 or 2 times. And I got a carry for Helix about twice, and I got the reinforced belt and earring.
Okay. Nice.
But I need the other things, I think, to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, the 4 set is where it's at for sure. And you got all of this set unique. Okay, Holy Cup. So what were you thinking? Like, what were you thinking? What your options were right now? Let me see where your head's at.
So for like the CRA, the flames are pretty weak.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything on the count, flame-wise, this isn't great. The Abso is pretty decent, but everything's still at 10 Star Force. I've been hearing a lot to up Star Force at like the 10 or 5, 10, 15 events, but there's not one this month
Mm-hmm.
at this event. So I'm not really sure about that. I know there's a data mine like cube sale on like July 4th. So I was thinking of waiting for cubing till then, but definitely spend some money.
Did you just hear that from someone, or?
It's like on Reddit, like other sources, just have like pictures of
Okay.
July 4th cube sale.
Yeah, they tend to do those types of things sometimes around big holidays, so that is possible.
Yep. And then the Abso weapon flame is T5 attack.
Yeah.
Which is like decent, but it does have that boss damage and all set on there, so I might have to roll that later, but for now I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking too. Shield. How are you with shield? Do you have like backup recipes and stuff and materials?
Not yet, but I have 2 characters that can do normal sickness and one that can do easy.
Yeah.
So that's wouldn't be too hard to get.
Okay. Okay.
My WSC is pretty screwed up right now, but I was just trying to wait out familiars, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's pretty smart because depending on how available they are and how lucky you get with some rolls, that could really mess things up severely.
I saved like 300, but I heard like JMS got like a huge nerf to like the boss and ID lines actually showing up, so it's I don't know what. GMS
Oh yeah, they became like more rare and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to see. Okay, emblems, to attack, weapon. What was your current? So, do you have any like hidden IED in your kit that I should know about?
I don't think so. I think that's about it. I know that Assassinate has that. It's like base like 20% thing that a lot of classes do.
Mm-hmm. And then the boost node on top of that, or
I'm not really sure about max level.
level 40. So you're like at 16 and 17, so you're at 33. Oh, so you're 7 levels away from that.
She did level it up a few times more because my Kana gets like 30-ish nodes every like 2 hours.
Okay.
I've just been, I don't really know if I want to go to lock with it because it's like 100 mil more. Investing
Yep.
a lot more money, so I've just been kind of keeping it at CFS and just farming nodes for my Shadow.
Yeah, whatever has more value to you, right? It's kind of you can't really give any kind of objective value to a node. It kind of depends on how much you can use them. Yeah, so like you're talking about Star Force. So in general, if you look at Star Force, the Star Force calculator, and you throw in, looks a little scuffed, but if you throw in the, so let's say we're looking at Abzo, you go from 10 to 15. The thing is that you'll have to safeguard, right? Because you don't have a bunch of backups probably. 30%. Let's save a star catch. That's 650. 15 is more expensive, right? So actually, the 30% off that's coming would be the time to get to 15.
Just to 15.
Yeah.
Should I push higher than 15? Because my Kana ring and my shield are at 15 right now.
Yeah. So typically, what I would do is just always kind of let the events decide what you do. It can feel a little bit like you're just like Jesus take the wheel, but I like to just take advantage of the events as hard as possible and then get prep at 15 and then just save up more and more money. And then if the 5, 10, 15 gets announced, then just go hard on 17.
Gotcha.
And then once it's 17, typically what I do is save up a bunch of money, get the level 150s. During a 5, 10, 15, get the level 150s as high as possible, and then transfer hammer them over into the Abzo. And by that time, the Abzo already has like really good flames. And usually is legendary, but with like 2 lines of potential or something, so that it's not a huge loss if you transfer hammer over it, and the flame stays the same, so that is never lost if you just transfer hammering. But you got like a bunch of items that you can do that on now, right?
Right.
So you got the monocles are pretty much the same. Yeah, so depending on how close you are with the other set, you could do it for the alien fragment rings as well if you wanna, because they're level 180 though, so it's gonna be a little bit expensive. So it's only really worth if you ever want to go to 17 on it. Otherwise, you could just keep them at 10 stars or whatever. That's fine.
Right.
Yeah, so that will always depend on how close you are. You do have the earring and the belt, right?
Yeah, for Golix.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you could try to get those to 15 as well already, of course, so that those are prepped. And then maybe once those get to 17 with like a 5, 10, 15 event, then that'll be worth maybe switching over more easily.
Gotcha.
Once you get the enough coins. I don't know how many coins you're at, but the items are pretty expensive to buy, right?
Yeah. Like 700 or something?
I think if I remember correctly, I think it's 700 for the superior and then 450 for the reinforced.
Gotcha.
If I'm not mistaken.
Reinforced isn't too bad.
Yeah, so for 2 items it's 900 compared to 1400 for 2 superior. Although if you buy the reinforced, then you slow down your progress towards superior, right?
Superior. Yep.
So that's kind of the tricky part. So usually if you're like okay with the boss damage and the IED, like if your fundamentals are fine, I think in general it'd be best to just skip reinforce and go straight up to superior and just save for that. The one thing is though that the belt and the earring are really nice in the sense that if you do have them star forced up, you'll get the extra weapon attack and everything, and you're only replacing Ayame, which doesn't get flame advantage either, so you're not losing out on there. And once you do get the superior, you can just transfer hammer into it.
Right, and I'm dropping the shoulder soon too.
Yeah.
Carry, so.
Yeah, exactly. And then so that'll just move your set gradually towards superior, and you can just move there temporarily through your reinforced items that you have. But I think the 30% off on, I think it's July 12th. I think you just want to mass save before that time, but it's going to end up costing you probably quite a bit.
Gotcha.
Let's see, you got your weapon, your cape, your shoe. You'll have your shoulder by then, right? Because it's like a month from now.
Yep. I just need 2 more Damien cores, so
Oh yeah, that should be 1 or 2 weeks at the most.
the next one.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll count this one. 5, 6. And then 7, 8 for your 2 memers, 8 for the shoulder. And then we'll do 9 for the earring. Skip these for now. 10, 11. Yeah, so you'll have 11 items to do this on.
Average cost is like 700 mil.
Yeah, close to 800. So you're looking at like 9 bill or something. You want to
Well,
take a
that
little
was
bit of a margin.
5, 10, 15 mil, right?
No, for 30% off. And then if you want to go from 15 to 17, during a 5, 10, 15. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Wait, it's a little bit less, yeah. Sorry, this is with the 5, 10, 15, yeah. So it's 656.
Okay.
So probably like 7.5 bill, something like that.
Okay, that's not terrible.
And then for the 15 to 17, if the 5 to 15 is like pretty close after that, there's like almost the same amount per item again. So then you almost want to double that to be able to get everything to 17. So I think that's where like a lot of your money can go now. And then, you know, if you make more, of course, like intermediate. If there's a, let's say there is an announcement for a big cube sale, and the 5, 10, 15 isn't until like quite a bit later in July, or maybe even like August, then you can decide maybe you go for the T-reps, you know, on the sale, if there's something like DMT or if it's just a sale. And then, yeah, it's going to depend on how quickly you're making your money, of course.
Right. Well, do you think it's worth it to like invest like a couple bill into like flames right now? So I know like the Abso's pretty decent. CRA's is kind of there.
Since there's no flame event, I think flames is something you could just always do whenever it's like dry season for the other things. And while stuff's going on, and there could be a cube sale, you know, because it is a holiday, and we already know that there's some Star Force events coming. I would say to just like sit on the current flames a little bit. And then once you get all the other stuff settled, then you can like drop some money on flames. But flames for me usually is just something I do on the sides a little bit. But I guess, yeah, because you tend to farm and I tend to boss, like it's a different type of income there. I don't know how many flames you like typically make a week. Do you have any idea?
I usually do a couple bot like Madman on my Kana and on my Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah, that's a good drop rate from that guy.
Yep.
Alright, so that is like 20 to 30 cubes a week, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah, I talk about this a lot, but typically I just like always save them up until they are close to expiring, and then just dump them on one character at one item at a time. Just go off of the potential growth they have compared to the progression tab.
Gotcha.
So I think your cup is like fine where it is. You said your CRA stuff, right? You have 20 and 5 on the hat.
I mean, it
4
helps because they have like that 2 secondary stat thing, so it's like a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all set is comparatively pretty good.
They're still kind of on the lower end.
It does save it more, yeah. Let's see if you're look. Shatterer DB Cadena. Yeah. So if you do it, have you used the flame score calculator before?
No.
So this one has a. Sorry.
I just kind of went by like the general rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this one is a little bit fine tuned. Sethy Boy made this one with some of my input based on what I wrote and everything, and in the flame calculator, in the flame guide, just in the Google Doc, but then turn it into a calculator this way. It's specifically easier to find the tiers of the weapons this way. Then to go through the whole grid and try to find the numbers and the percentages. Even though the number grid is below that as well, but there's just so many numbers. And now if you just if you just find your weapon, what is it? How much base attack is it? Like 190 or something? 192. And it's like Abzo, you put 192, and then you can already see like what the tiers are right here. So that pops up immediately.
Right.
And is everything very handy. And this will help you to this incorporates the double secondary stat and everything right in it. So if you do anything, I don't know, what is this, like the cape is 40, 20, 65, and 3. 3. Is it in the same order? 40, 20, 65. It is nice. Ooh. Ooh, there you go. So that's 82. Yeah, that comes out pretty quickly.
Right.
It's just if you're ever wondering, it's just easier to calculate. Of course, but yeah, like you said, percentage all stat is really useful, and definitely also scales better into the end game if you go very far with this character.
Right.
Did you see the new 5th job skill?
I did, yeah.
Looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it seems nice.
It's
I
a
don't know
rather
if it's like a weaving skill with meso explosion and assassinate together, but I think you can do it separately.
Yeah, I think it reads as if you weave it, then it has no cast action delay.
But otherwise, I think, yeah.
You can weave it with assassinate or with boomerang step. So both while you're mobbing and while you're bossing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help for lucid golems, I think.
Oh yeah.
But
I think a bunch of extra characters are getting a lot of nice extra skills with a bunch of lines that will make normal lucid golems quite less threatening, I think.
This is a huge problem with like assassinate with like targeting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A single target, like the one that you want, and like golems always get in the way, so hopefully it makes P1 a little bit easier.
How's that with Lacaline with Dream Defender and everything?
Oh, it's bad. It's like boomerang, step, or like sudden rage, or like trick blade, like as I go down the platform to save time.
Uh-huh. Do you have any like install summons that you can put down to make it so that it doesn't
I mean, we have that thing that the Night Lords have, the dual blades, the
the star? What's it
not
called?
the star, the well, kind of like the electric fence type thing, the
Yeah, I know what you mean. Flare?
yeah, dark flare. But
Yeah. It takes a while before that gets strong, right?
Yep. And
Yeah.
then just like a tri-node situation, I'm not really sure. I guess like ideally I just have the bossing and the mobbing.
Yeah,
because some of them like overlap.
Yeah, the thing is now, because Boomerang Step is coming. Are you doing Boomerang Step and the second job skill as well?
Yeah, so right now I can two-shot and lack with the Savage Blow.
Savage Blow, yeah.
Yep, and that would be with 3 nodes equipped.
Mm-hmm.
But
because of the rework with the with Boomerang Step, right? We don't know how fast it's going to be exactly.
yeah, I think it's supposed to be like 17% at least in KMS, which is pretty significant, but it's not out yet.
Yeah, I hope we get the extra 2 ranks of attack speed for GMS that gets counted there as well, because we've seen for things like Ho Young with the extra attack speed that the animation canceling, or the difference between the fake and real attacks there, that didn't work properly because of the attack speed difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so basically if you go past the soft cap and then you use real attack, it just counts it as a fake still because it just doesn't trigger properly. That's kind of what turned me off of Ho Young. Otherwise I thought it was pretty fun, but that made it pretty tricky to play.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So we always gotta, I guess we gotta kind of wait it out a little bit to see how it gets implemented.
Yeah.
But you're set up to go either way, right, with your current boost nodes?
Yep, I have a couple boost nodes saved up right now that are Savage Blow.
Okay. And now, so you use meso explosions, assassinate.
Yeah, so you weave assassinate with meso explosion for bossing too.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird if I want to use it for like mobbing later on. I'm gonna need it in like the mobbing nodes because eventually the goal is like one shot
Mm-hmm.
with just meso explosion.
Yep.
But also use it in bossing, which is kind of a problem.
Oh, and now you have the skills on like multiple nodes now, so you can max it out if you just equip more of them.
Yep.
I see. I see. Do you use all three of your basic fifth jobs in both mobbing and bossing?
Ooh, I mean trick blade definitely because there's that single target and mobbing.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Not this one,
I
right?
guess
The
yeah,
third
I
V?
guess or the shadow assault. I definitely use the second one. The third one, I guess I don't use.
Yeah, it's only boss.
Yeah.
So when you're mobbing, you're like switching out that one and last resort for boost
Yeah, I
node.
put in a. I mean, when I tried Savage Blow, I took out Last Resort and just put 3 Savage Blows in.
Huh.
But still not enough damage, unfortunately.
See, I probably I don't know if you've already switched, but I probably switch your last resort or your that's Trick Blade, right? The red one with the yellow stripe in the middle.
The one on the left is Trick Blade. The one in the middle is Shadow Assault, like the dash.
Oh, Shadow Assault, yeah. I put one of those two in the slot of where Sharp Eyes is now instead, because like the extra levels on Sharp Eyes I think is a little bit of a waste.
Oh yeah. I changed that up
Yeah, okay,
too.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
just
just when I took the picture, I was
yeah.
just messing with some nodes. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's good, that's good. Just making sure. Okay, so wait, so equip wise, do you have everything kind of like sorted? So like after the stuff is like 17, then we'll have familiars back. Then we'll be more aware of where we're at. You'll have some backups for your shields and stuff.
You think like the potential on just like the regular gear is like passable for now then? So I should probably Star Force or save for Star Force first, and then
Yeah, even the stuff that's still unique, like they have good amounts of luck.
yeah.
And you will have to spend quite a bit to get it to better luck in legendary even. So I would definitely focus on star forcing now, and also already on like new items that aren't maybe potentialed yet. That might be coming in, like your shoulder and stuff. That those are already prepped with star force, so that they can go straight up to 17, and then finish off the potentials after that.
Okay.
And then you can take your hopefully you can take your shield higher, because yeah, at 15 your shield still pretty much doesn't do anything. But like once you get past 15, that's when the weapon attack starts coming in, and that's when it's gonna start getting real juicy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you'll know what lines you're looking for and everything, and then then you're gonna be reflaming your weapon and getting a. Are you saving up soul shards for your weapon, by the way?
Yep.
Okay,
Just waiting for the event.
Yes, you're doing all the double S soul bosses.
Yep.
Okay, good. Alright, so your ID is still a bit low, so ID is gonna have to come in a large part from blowing up your Legion and building that out quite a bit. How are you with the ID characters in Legion? So the Explorer mages, Luminous, how are those doing?
I don't have any of the mages. I have my Luminous at like 145, 144, or something like that. Oh, 143. And that's, I think, going to be one of the characters I bring up to 210. Because it's such a nice source of ID.
Yup, and it's an existing stack of ID, so adding onto that is always better than starting a new source of ID. Your 2k. Yeah, once you get to 3k, your Legion is going to become quite a bit more impactful. You can put 5 extra characters in there, so it's going to... you'll go to 18 characters at 3k compared to 12 now, so it's just going to... Plus 50% characters, and the characters in there are going to be bigger on average as well, so it's like more than a 50% utility increase for your Legion. That's when critical damage is going to start coming in hard, and the chunk of ID is going to get bigger. So right now, the fact that you have the points in IED is not super efficient, right? Because it only gives you one line of 6%. But if you put that in critical damage, you could get 3% critical damage, which probably help you more. But you are at the point where you're like, you need some ID, and yeah.
Yeah, should I be going to crit damage, ID, and boss damage like at this moment?
At this moment, no. I would wait until you have the 3k, so you have a little bit more freedom, and then just redo where all the pieces are For now, just
Gotcha.
like pile on until you have 3k and then like redo everything.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Do you have like a general order of what you are going to be working on Legion-wise?
Not yet. It's just kind of a balance between what I want to play and
Mm-hmm.
what's actually good.
Yeah. You want to keep it that way. I guess it's always good to know like which characters you don't want to play at all, and then just save your mega burns for that one. Because then you could just blow through that, and turn your brain off and just get level 151 and then never touch it again. Something like that. But yeah, specifically then also for the classes that you would never get never get to 210, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting everything at 140, and then there seems to be like a decent chunk of leveling events that start at like 141.
Oh yeah,
So
the
like,
extra potions and everything, yeah.
there's like potions, there's like that swimming thing that KMS has.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just gonna push to, or like cap a few times, just push to 150 right away.
That swimming thing was anniversary event, right?
Yep, I think it's next year for
Yeah,
us.
that's gonna be next year, yeah. Are you planning on using those potions on the Lumi or training the Lumi straight up?
And I think I'm just gonna train the Lumi. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. Maybe use them on the marksman or something.
Yeah. It actually
Um,
used to be a bowmaster, but the Legion for bowmaster was like Dex or something, which was like fine when I was a Pathfinder, but
yeah, now not so much.
yeah, I mean crit damage is just better anyways.
Oh yeah, crit rate, crit damage. Throw those
So
in.
just job changed that one over.
So how is the how are the characters that give you critical damage? Because you're working on your critical rate, that's good, and then you can once you have 100%, you can get max efficiency of your critical damage ones, right?
Yep, so I should probably start doing that now because I am at 100% with Sharp Eyes. Otherwise, I think I dropped from like 94 to 100. It just rotates between those two numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, it's pretty high.
Yeah, so the Hayato, Shade, Jet, Kinesis, like all of those together, even if you get them, just 140, all of those, that'll be an extra 13% critical
Yeah,
damage. That's pretty nice.
seems pretty good.
That's almost like that's probably like 3/4 of the whole field of of critical damage filled if you're of your Legion board, right? That's kind of how you got to see it as well. So if you level those up and you put them in critical damage, then you're almost like double dipping.
Yeah, would be nice.
Yeah, for
Definitely
sure.
have to work on Legion a little bit more.
Yeah, in the beginning, I didn't really want to do Legion either because every single character you're starting up with is you're completely starting from scratch again, and some have like a huge storyline in the beginning, and it's like,
But it's definitely getting easier just having the base stats with like link skills and everything.
mm-hmm. You're feeling it, right? That it's starting to get every new character is not as weak.
Yep, yep, yep.
The extra because you do have a bunch of your critical rates set up, right? You have your Beast Tamer, you got your Phantom, and you have your Explorer archers as well.
Yep,
That's
the
giving
Beast Saber,
you.
so I was like 10 levels, but I was just gonna wait until Reverse City.
Oh
So I
yeah.
really don't like the class.
Are you using those special level up potions? Have you used those?
Like the Typhoons. Oh no, the 3
Yeah, the mini Typhoon
fire
ones,
shot.
like
No,
yeah.
I haven't used those yet.
Oh yeah. I mean that could be
Like,
one
save
level for the Beast
levels,
Tamer.
right? Yeah.
Maybe the last one, just
Yeah,
autocomplete that one.
other shit. Yep. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, for Legion, what I just did is like just a little bit every day, and then never have to overcommit. You don't have to do like one Legion day where you can't play your main and not have fun with whatever you're doing. Because I think it's good to feel progress in general, and if you're only working on your Legion, it's very possible that you kind of lose that sense of progression on your main
Mhm.
character. But you mentioned it before, like you're trying to maintain that balance. I think that's good. But just like slow and steady progression on the Legion goes like a long way. Even if it's just
Right.
one character to level 60 a day or something, shouldn't take super long. But then since you don't have 40 characters yet, not even close, every single character is just 60 free levels basically, and it'll be, yeah, you'll be in 3K in no time, and then your Legion will start kicking into high gear.
Mhm. Okay.
And then of course until you get to 6, then it's gonna be pretty massive compared to if you compare like 4 then 6k like compared to now, it's gonna
Huge change.
yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Well, because it's exponential, right? The grid gets only one bigger, but there's because it's a diagonal, it's way more space that you can go, and you'll have way more efficiency of the IED, for example, because it's multiplicative. And hopefully by then, if everything keeps scaling, like generally, hopefully by then you'll be able to afford also the superior stuff, right? Yeah, superior Golic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah, and you're keeping everything separate with your Kana and your Shadower when it comes to drop rate and meso obtain and stuff, right? For now.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, if I get strong enough, I heard Shadowers are pretty decent at mobbing with the meso explosion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really strong, but nowhere near that right now.
How's the arcane power going along?
I think it's like 350-ish.
Oh yeah, 350 here in the screenshots.
Yep. It's still a relatively new character. I think it's like 3 weeks or a month old. So
oh yeah, okay.
That's with the 10 points into hyperstat as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. You got the points in there.
Yeah, I think I entered Choo Choo at like 80 or 90 arcane force, which is pretty hellish.
Oh yeah, it helps you. Hard Mudo is a disaster at low arcane power, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky to get those kills.
Pretty fast, because I was pretty excited about it.
I guess you'll be like out of Yam Yam range, even when that comes out.
I'm actually gonna push to 235 in the next few weeks.
Okay, gonna just unlock all of those symbols.
Yeah. Hopefully I get that started, cause it's a lot of stat. Like I was talking guild numbers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Some of them are getting like 12k stat just off arcane force.
Yeah, it's massive. Even my Kana that hasn't done much, it's already like 2.5k. I haven't really done much on this character. Yeah, no, it is massive. If you look at my my marksman has very little funding on it. But half my like it has max arcane power, so 13.2k is from symbols, and I think in total it's only like barely 30 something k, so it's like almost half the funding is just the symbols. I mean, it does cost money but it's so spread out that you don't really feel it as like a super hard investment.
Right.
Okay.
Nice to get all the symbols. For the inner ability, do you think I just leave it there for now, or do I just kind of spend?
Let's see, you had meso obtain, right? Oh no, all stat.
Oh no, I just have all stat. I just kind of left it alone. I haven't really touched it after I finished leveling.
You do have 500k. You don't need the attack speed. Man, I would probably throw some circs on and see if you can get some meso obtain or some drop rate.
Gotcha.
So you can maybe make some more nodes while doing dailies, or just get more money while doing anything, basically. Yeah, that's some free games.
Yeah, just some like a. I was just thinking like spending like 500, 600 just to get like something decent, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't get like something super godly, but you do get like a 30 attack line or something, that'll also be pretty nice. It's of course possible that you just get like a bunch of magic attack and some weird ass final damage based on defense or something, but getting that up to legendary with some circs is probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's just nice having that like constant revenue stream from the Kana.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, problem is just kind of where to spend it, I guess.
Yeah, but I think star forcing is a good idea now to throw that on there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, in general, I always advocate for the balancing out, but if there's events out, then I usually just change my tune like very quickly, and we just like focus hardcore on whatever event is out, and then go by event because there's it just gives overall efficiency on your money by so much more than. Okay. And we have to deal with RNG, so as much as we can do to extend our RNG chances by participating, gotta take what we can get. What do you go for eventually on your inner ability? Probably like boss attack, and then buff duration. Oh, because of the stacks, right?
Yep.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Man, good luck rolling 38% buff duration on second or third. Oh man. I remember, yeah, I remember telling my mom that she needed that on her bishop. Like she was not really playing the bishop anymore, but her inner ability was kind of shit. So it was like, oh, there's a circulator sale, mom. Just roll until you get that. And then she's like, I still didn't get it. I'm like, well, how much did you spend? Did you spend like 500 mil? And she would go into the cash shop like almost by like one, you know, like one at a time because she didn't want to have like a bunch left over at the end. So it took forever as well. And then she's like, no, I spent 18 bill. I was like, 18? What the fuck? And she didn't see it a single time, like during a sale. So that can be rough. And then there was someone else in the chat who just used regular points and rolled up and rolled a 38%, like with regular rolls, not even with the circulator, like on reveal on legendary. It's like there's no fairness in the world. Yeah.
RNG's RNG.
Yeah, and then people ask like, "Oh, how much does it cost on average?" I'm like, I have no clue, dude. It's so the spread is so wild. Yeah, like how much do I spend? How many honor points do I need? I'm like, just go for millions, man. Like, better safe than sorry.
Is Dojo based on a class, or is it overall to get like the actual points?
The points are, I think, overall. And then based on how well you rank in your class, you can get the extra coupon that's like an MVP buff.
Oh, okay. Because I'm at like top 6 right now, but there's only 10 shadows. Last time I checked.
Does someone in chat know for Dojo, guys, the points you get at on Monday, is it based on your class ranking or your overall ranking? See if anyone in the chat knows. I'm not like a Dojo, because I used to just like run in once a week and then just, you know, pick up my points and do it again. Like, okay, one person says overall and the second person said class. Thanks, chat. Thanks, chat. Overall, top 70%. No clue. Okay. Okay, we got 3 for overall now. Overall and class. You get points for both?
So I got to like 35 or 36, which seems like a good floor to like actually receive points.
How many points did you get last week?
I don't actually remember. I just kind of, I know it was enough for an honor medal and I think 2 stratums.
Okay, someone said over class. Nice. You gotta be top of your class to get any points and overall for even more. But what do you mean by top of your class? Like top 70% or top 5 or something? I think you have to be top 70% to get anything.
Which is a problem for class, because if there's only 10 like people, or 10 shadowers, it's just, you know, RNG at that point, kind of.
Oh, not in the top 60%. Okay, so you got to be in the top 60% of your class to be eligible, and then you get points based on your total rank, probably. I think that's how it works.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you got to just find some other people to try to, hey, could you like join with your shadower, do like one floor to get me some points in Dojo?
Oh, so I think I'm top 60 right now, but
make like 12 extra accounts and just go like with a level 1 shadower, or what is it, like level 100?
Clear the first floor.
Yeah, clear first floors, boost your ranking.
Load it.
Oh, 16 PC meta. You're still okay, yeah, but yeah, you're still working on the honor experience. You're going hard on the current event shop and everything, buying those things out.
Not yet. I've been buying mostly like the node stones, boxes and stuff like that, which is pretty costly when it's only 300 points.
Yeah, just keep in mind that it's the shops are only like 4-week rotation, and then everything's gone, and there's no sale announced at least in the first 6 weeks. So you just buy it whenever, and you know about the resets and everything, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's the weird reset day.
Yeah, just Tuesday to Wednesday all of a sudden, like the weird Golix reset day. Yeah, once you get your arcane power up and everything, you'll be able to free up those hyperstat points, and then the combination of familiars coming out and your hyperstats being more available, your legion being bigger, and did I mention familiars already? Just like then finding the perfect mix and match of your potential and your WSE is gonna be more solid for a longer period of time.
Cool. Sounds good.
That's when the hard cubing is gonna come in. But yeah, that should lead to a big damage increase as well.
Okay.
Okay, dude. Let's see. Is there anything? I guess with links. You know about the stacking links, right?
Mhm. I have a couple of the adventures right now.
Oh.
Definitely need more Cygnus. I just started the Cygnus with the Thunderbreaker.
Yeah, it ends up being quite a bit of attack. The resistance is also very, very juicy, very helpful
yeah.
for survivability.
Yeah.
Yup. All right, yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna
cool.
work on the Lumi levels. Yeah, I think we got everything.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Good luck on the lots of clicking with Star Force. But yeah, like we said, like it's gonna be around what was it, like 7.5 bill just to get everything to 15. And then if
Okay.
there's a 5, 10, 15 after that, that's gonna be like another 7.5 to get everything to 17. So yeah, the 7.5 doesn't seem like too much, but 15 is a decent chunk. To have that.
Sounds good. I'll
Yeah.
definitely have to save up for that one.
Oh, I missed one thing. What was your potential on your glove like?
Oh, it was one crit damage line, one all stat line.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, I think your glove was missing. That's why I must have
Oh, was it?
passed it. Don't worry. Everyone always misses one thing. yeah, the glove is missing out.
Must miss it.
Because
Yeah,
I see it was
think
legendary.
I was just gonna leave it at a crit damage and all stat for a
Yep.
while. So
No, that's good, especially for you. All set, right? Oh, are you going for the heart here? This event?
oh yeah. I think I'm at like 6 or 7.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'm pretty close.
Good
I have
job.
like a gold heart in place just for fashion story, but
Nice. And you're working on the Monster Park medal. Okay.
doing 7 every day.
Nice.
Oh, for like the last ring, I was thinking of getting the SS one,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if I should just wait that out with the Blossom ring and just get like the superior sub or something.
Yeah. I guess it'll depend on how quickly you're able to do those bosses, but yeah, even if you get the Master Assess ring, it'll be useful and then turn into like a drop rate ring or Mesoptane ring anyway. So it's like a decent, like a decent stepping stone. Yeah, it'll give you a huge stat boost over the Silver Blossom, because you're not getting any boss set bonus there anyway. You're only using the Pink Holy Cup from the set.
Yeah, I don't actually have the badge. I have the Monster Park badge.
I saw, yeah.
I don't know if that's better in this case.
For now, I bet if you hover over the Crystal Ventus badge for now, it'll probably give you a plus, right?
It actually gives me a minus.
Gives you minus? Really?
Yeah.
Wait, how much does the Wodan give you? Isn't it like 7 all?
The what?
Yeah, I don't know which days a badge it is. It doesn't give you.
I like the Thursday one.
Okay.
Although maybe I had moved my clips around. Maybe it was already the 3 set at that point.
Yeah, now you have the Blossom Ring and the Cup, so it should make the 3 set. But I think that gives you 10% ID on that day, right? On Thursday?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice for a boss reset day.
Yeah, for sure. So if you do your bosses that day, and then the other days where the crystal, that's like if you want to min max, I guess. But once you get rid of the ring, you don't even have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
That's gonna be part 2 of the shop, right? For the crystal boxes. Yeah. Have you ever made one of those?
No. I can just YouTube it, I guess.
Yeah, basically just open the boxes that give you crystals, and then you gotta find those moon bunnies with those big, they have like a wooden thumper, and you just throw in the same tier crystals together to try to tier it up.
Okay.
And then if you have 2 Bs, then you combine those into 2 As, and if you combine 2 As, then you get S, and then you have to combine an S with a ring fitting that will also be purchasable from the event shop, and that'll turn it into an S ring. And you want to make 4 of those of any color, and then go back to the Moon Bunny and give him 4 of those S rings, and then he'll give you the Master SS ring for like, I don't know,
Okay.
like 50 mil or something trivial.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some RNG involved, so I hope you get lucky with that.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can buy like 30 a day or something.
Yeah, you
Just
can buy
cameras.
quite a lot of them. Yeah, there's a I think it's 70% chance to go from C to B, and then 50% chance to go from B to A, and then 30% chance to go from A to S. So
So not too terrible.
it's not too horrible, but if you like keep, like 4 days in a row, you keep failing all of your A to S's, that can get pretty tilting.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I remember I made 2 S's in 1 day once, and then it needed like 5 days to make the next one.
Oh.
It's kind of hit or miss.
Apparently, I have some pretty good RNG with event rings, so hopefully that transfers over.
Yeah, hopefully that let's go with that. Let's hope that just continues right along.
Yep, yep.
All right, yeah, you're doing your Maple Tour and your Ursus. You're making money there. Yeah, man. Yeah, the Kana on the second account I think will be defo worth, especially to build your Legion, because you don't want to have to use your totems there, right? You want to make sure that you can train with those on your main.
Right.
And you're good with reward points and everything. Well, especially now, right? You're using the relay.
Oh yeah. With the relay, just 3 totems. I was gonna just save up a bunch and just do like that push to 235, 230.
Yep. Oh, have you thought about who you're gonna give the weapon to?
The weapon? Oh, the Abso?
Yep.
It's kind of a bad Abso, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's still a very helpful leveling tool, of course. Like, it's a lot of extra weapon attack, and it comes with boss and ID on it, right?
I mean, my Pathfinder has the 3-line attack.
Oh yeah, 3 attack Sweetwater. Yeah, it's probably not a huge upgrade for that guy then.
Yeah, and then the Kana is just pretty fine where it's at. I'm probably gonna get an Abso on it anyway, so I guess I need to just throw it on a beast anyway.
Yeah, that one over is full Fafnir. Yeah, or like a lower level character, right? And you can equip it once you get to 160 if you're planning on going to 210, maybe on the Lumi or something.
Yeah, maybe.
That'll
I haven't really thought about the
yeah.
Abso that much.
Just as soon as you get to 160, like pop out an Abso out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's some easy flame damage increase there as well, by the way, if you get that.
Do you know if I can use it as like if like my Abso booms? Can I just use that
Someone's
Abso?
asked that before, but I don't think so. It should be protected from that.
Gotcha.
Because you can't use it to like with the free Fafnir as well. Like you can't use it to Starforce into something else, or like transfer hammer into something else. So I would assume that you would also be, because then you would replace the stats, right? You would like turn it into a different item, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the Dominator pendant too, you can't put that into the Sweetwater pendant, probably.
You could, but it's locked at 15. I think you could because it doesn't mention that it's safeguarded from that because it's from KMS, and KMS doesn't have Sweetwater, so they don't have to account for that.
Okay.
But it's only 15 stars, and you want to
Gotcha.
transfer at 16 or higher, so you won't get those bonus stats there. So it's still kind of scuffed.
Either way.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Are you satisfied?
Yeah, very.
Okay. Good. Then I am as well.
Perfect.
I'll see you around in chat.
Yeah, definitely.
Best of luck
Thank you
on
so
all
much.
the Starforce clicking. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some of that.
All right. See you around.